name's Matt Rusling. I'm the head of MBA Operations for the School of Management at the University of Bath for both our full-time and executive MBA programs. So I have oversight for recruitment and admissions, program delivery, but I spend most of my time in the careers and external engagement space. The Business Career Accelerator module, or BCA for short, is one of the core modules on our full-time MBA program. We designed it as part of the curriculum transformation process, and we've made what is traditionally careers-based activity and professional development-based activity credit-bearing, because we know how important that is to students and their progression as part of their MBA programs. The module is designed to provide students with all of the fundamentals and confidence that they need to be successful on their MBA program and beyond. So from a business perspective, we're covering areas like statistics, understanding balance sheets in finance, having the opportunity to understand how stocks and shares work, and then also how to take data and present data in a graphical way. We are also focusing on soft skills such as how to present effectively, how to storytell, key skills for anyone in any role. In addition to that, we're also looking at negotiation and reflection. And on top of that, we are delivering the careers fundamentals. So students will learn how to understand the UK job market, how to find jobs in the UK, how to write a CV for that market, how to prepare for interview, how to use LinkedIn effectively, and how to network effectively. Within BCA, students will do a lot of self-reflection. Initially, we will get them to think about how they like to work and how they like to work with others. We will use the Colour Insight profiling tool so that they can better understand themselves and then understand others. This will allow them to have a good base level to explore their own career ambitions from. We will support them to start to focus on whether they will be wanting to apply for MBA leadership development programs, whether they'll be applying for experienced hire opportunities in the UK, Europe, or perhaps back home if they've come from an international country, or whether they're an entrepreneur and they want to explore growing their current business or supporting their family business, or maybe they have an idea for a new product or service. BCA encompasses everybody on that journey and will enable them to understand what their options are, understand how they can apply for jobs, how they can grow their own business. But crucially, it will encourage them to regularly set and review goals. As we know, it's really important that you break large goals down into smaller, smart goals, and then you can feel confident that you're working towards them on a regular basis to ensure the success that you're looking for. Reflection is absolutely crucial to success in the Business Career Accelerator module. Students need to understand who they are, what their previous experience has been, and then crucially for job applications and indeed pitching for investment if they've got their own company, they need to be able to articulate what they've learned and gained from their experiences. So we expect them to be able to demonstrate not just the value they've added, but also the transferable and technical skills that they've gained from experiences. We have a specific session that will be focused on reflection, and also within that will be a look at emotional intelligence, so understanding what your EQ level is and how you can utilize it. It's really important that our students have a great opportunity to spend time away from what's a very busy program to consider personal development, to consider their career aspirations, and consider how they can move into the direction that they want to. One is they think that they can perhaps accelerate to a role that is maybe above even post-MBA, and they perhaps have to look at what I would call a lily pad job, so securing a role post-MBA and then looking to move into that dream job maybe 2 or 3 years post-graduation. And that's absolutely fine, and particularly if they're an international student who's coming in from an international area to the UK, it's crucial that they understand that they've perhaps got to get some UK-based experience before they can move on in their career. Another misconception is students worry that they can't change their goals or their aspirations during the program, and that's absolutely not the case. We quite often find that students get enthused by a particular module that they've studied, or perhaps by a particular company that they've visited or done a piece of consultancy work through via our multi-project suite, and they can change their direction. And we will often encourage them to apply for jobs in new territory, so perhaps being what we would call a career pivoter, and at the same time looking for jobs in their previous industry, so being a career accelerator as well, and then seeing where they end up. From September, this will be the first running of the BCA module. It's part of our curriculum transformed MBA. So all I can speak about is the experience that I have of working with students on a regular basis at the moment. What I would say is we do encourage students to understand how challenging it is to secure employment or grow their own business or grow the family business post-program. So we really encourage them to engage with what's required very early on in their journey at the University of Bath. We do a lot of work in semester 1 and semester 2 before we hit the busy season for job applications at the back end of semester 2 and the beginning of semester 3. What I do see students, when they actually get into the thick of it, realise how important it is that they do carve out time for pursuing their career goals. It's absolutely crucial that they balance their studies, and through the Business Career Accelerator module, they will have focused time as part of credit-bearing content to work on their career goals, which is a really big change for us and something we're really looking forward to giving students the opportunity to move in that direction from. One time that I've been really surprised is when a student has done what I would class as a lot of thinking, and then as a result of perhaps visiting a particular company as on one of our site visits or studying a particular module, totally changed their career direction. So perhaps they'd initially wanted to be a consultant post MBA, and then they studied the supply chain and operations module and decided that actually they wanted to work in supply chain and operations in a pharmaceutical company. And that's absolutely fine. Our MBA program is broad enough for them to understand the wealth of knowledge, skills and expertise that they gain from our core modules and our electives to move in that direction. And as a careers team and through the BCA module, we understand them how to unpackage what their soft skills are, what their transferable skills are, and be able to articulate their previous experience to align it to future employer needs. The BCA module is an iterative module. We will regularly interact with employers and entrepreneurs to understand what content we need to be providing our students with. On the MBA program, we have the multi-project suite where our students undertake a number of industrial consulting projects, engaging live with industry to solve problems and challenges and come up with solutions to problem statements. So we're regularly engaging with employers from that perspective. We're fortunate that the MBA is well networked. We've got a lot of alumni that work for prestigious organisations, so we'll quite often tap into them and ask what they're looking for from applicants and how students can be successful in their career journey. We also run online employer events where we encourage students to engage with employers, and we use that opportunity to ask employers what they're looking for from candidates. We have an internship program as well, so we go out into industry and visit our students and find out directly what recruiters are seeking. The University of Bath is a big draw to recruiters as well, so they'll quite often be on campus at our career fairs. So you quite often find myself and my colleagues going around those career fairs in person, speaking to recruiters, understanding what they're looking for from experienced hire candidates, and then shaping the content of Business Career Accelerator to suit that. When we designed Business Career Accelerator, we lent heavily on stakeholder feedback. We spoke to recruiters, we spoke to alumni that work in prestigious organisations, we spoke to entrepreneurs, and there were a plethora of skills and abilities that came to the forefront from those discussions. What I would say is the three top ones that we're focusing on, amongst others, are innovation, being culturally aware, and leadership. So all of those are ingrained within the core modules and electives of the Bath MBA full-time program, but we will distinguish those and focus on those during the BCA as well. Students will have an opportunity to understand how they can be a successful leader, how they can present and influence. We'll do some focus on cultural awareness, and then also through the day-to-day interactions with their peers, because we recruit from a very diverse cultural background. They'll have an opportunity to do that. And then innovation is crucial to success in business, as everyone knows as well. So students will have a chance to reflect on what they've achieved, and then how they can utilize their innovation skills and be creative in the future. There's probably a couple that stand out. There's one very recently who has took the approach of understanding that he probably wasn't going to get to his dream job immediately post MBA. So he went and got some experience in a relevant financial services company, spent a couple of years there, grew his network, gained his technical knowledge and skill set and his transferable skills, and has recently secured a role at Goldman Sachs, which we're really proud of, and he is really, really pleased to have achieved. And then what I've also really enjoyed is seeing students that have been what I call career pivoters. So those that have perhaps been engineers or worked in something like IT before, that have used the knowledge and skills from the MBA to become working in areas like marketing, or perhaps become consultants. And them using the MBA as a career pivot tool has been really, really pleasing to see. And finally, I wouldn't like to forget our entrepreneurs. It's always amazing to see students that either continue to grow their businesses as part of their MBA journey, or perhaps those that come up with an idea for a new product or a new service and then launch it post MBA and be successful. It's always really amazing to see them. I'm not sure if you've seen recently, but one of our executive MBA students recently sold their business for over £1 million, which was fantastic. So it just goes to show that if you invest in yourself as an entrepreneur and your journey and the support within the university, you can be really successful. Business Career Accelerator is designed to support students from any previous career background, and indeed who have aspirations to move into any career in the future. What we will focus a lot on is reflection. We will get students to understand what their previous experience has been, to get them to write down their technical skills, get them to write down their transferable soft skills, get them to write down their achievements, and then think about how they can market those in the future to any prospective employer in any industry or sector. We'll focus on networking, so how to build a network that will allow you to gain success in your career, whether it's via engagements with our alumni, whether it's regularly engaging with employers as part of the Business Career Accelerator module. Students will understand how they can utilize that opportunity to be successful as part of the MBA program itself. We're really excited about delivering Business Career Accelerator for the first time. We spent a lot of time speaking to alumni, current students, employers, recruiters, to understand what they look for in graduates. We've come up with graduate attributes for our full-time MBA students. They are being strong critical thinkers, having strong interpersonal skills, being innovative, being culturally aware, being leaders, and then being able to apply learning incisively. So we're really looking forward to supporting our students with shaping the opportunity to develop their skills in those areas so that they can successfully leave the Bath MBA program and accelerate their careers. We are also looking forward to different types of assessment. So we will be using a portfolio-based approach where students will submit CVs, LinkedIn bios, written reflections on their own development and growth, and how they've seen their previous career flourish, so that they can be in the best position to articulate what they want to when they're in job interviews or they're applying for investment as entrepreneurs.